Have you ever found money in an old pair of jeans? It might only be a few dollars, but somehow it feels like you just won the lottery. It's a strange feeling, isn't it? So, does money really buy happiness? Most people would probably say, of course it does. And honestly, it's hard to argue with them. Think about it. If you had enough money, you could finally buy the things you've always wanted. That dream car you've spent years looking at online, watching review after review, thinking, one day. And one day, it finally becomes yours. The first drive home feels unforgettable. Or maybe it's finally buying your own home. No more landlords, no more moving every year, just walking through your own front door, knowing it's yours. Or maybe it's something much simpler, a new phone, or that gaming PC you've been saving for. Sometimes it's not about how expensive something is. It's about finally being able to say, I can afford it. But maybe it's not about expensive things at all. It's the little moments. Buying groceries without checking every price. Ordering what you actually want instead of what's cheapest. Walking into a store and simply buying what you need without checking your banking app first. Those moments may seem ordinary, but for many people, they feel like freedom. Life becomes a little more comfortable. An unexpected bill doesn't instantly ruin your week, and maybe that's why so many people believe money really does buy happiness. Because when you look at everything it can do, it's hard to imagine saying otherwise. But then, someone always says, money can't buy happiness. And almost immediately, someone else replies, you only say that because you don't have enough of it. You've probably heard that argument before, and honestly, it's not a terrible argument because money really does solve a lot of problems. Imagine never having to wonder whether you'll have enough money to make it until payday or pay next month's rent. Imagine your car suddenly breaks down. Instead of asking, how am I going to afford this? You simply get it fixed. Imagine getting sick and the first thing you think about is getting better, not how much the hospital bill is going to cost. Money can't stop bad things from happening, but it can make them much easier to get through. If you've ever worried about bills, debt, or simply making it to the end of the month, then you already know how heavy financial stress can feel. So when someone says, money can't buy happiness, it's understandable why another person might respond, maybe, but it can solve the problems that keep me from being happy. And honestly, that's a really difficult argument to disagree with. So maybe we've been asking the wrong question all along. The real question isn't whether money can make us happier. It's what kind of happiness we're actually talking about. Let's go back for a moment. Remember finding money in your old pair of jeans? Or finally buying something you'd wanted for months? That excitement was real. Nobody can tell you it wasn't. Maybe it was your first car, your first gaming PC, a new phone, or simply replacing something you'd been using for years. You couldn't stop looking at it. You showed it to your friends. You found excuses just to use it. For a while, it felt amazing. But then, something strange happened. Nothing was wrong with it. It still worked perfectly. You still liked it. It simply became normal. And it's not because you became ungrateful. It's because humans are surprisingly good at adapting. Yesterday's dream slowly becomes today's routine. Then something else catches your attention. A newer phone, a better car, a bigger house, whatever comes next. And suddenly, the thing you once dreamed about doesn't feel quite as special anymore. It's almost like our happiness keeps moving just a little further away. Every time we reach it, it takes another step forward. Does that mean buying things is pointless? Not at all. Those moments of happiness are real. They're worth celebrating. But maybe they're only one kind of happiness. Because when people say money can't buy happiness, I don't think they're talking about the excitement of opening a new phone or the feeling of driving your dream car for the first time. I think they're talking about something else. Something that stays even after the excitement fades. Think about the happiest moments in your life. Take a second. What came to mind? Was it a price tag or was it a memory? Maybe it was laughing so hard with your friends that your stomach hurt. Maybe it was your parents telling you they were proud of you. Maybe it was graduating after years of hard work. Watching your child take their first step. Or simply sharing dinner with the people you love. None of those moments needed to be expensive, but that doesn't mean money had nothing to do with them. A family dinner still has to be paid for. A vacation with your loved ones still costs money. Even a graduation often represents years of sacrifice and opportunity. Maybe that's why this question is so difficult, because money isn't completely separate from happiness. It quietly makes those moments possible. But no amount of money can guarantee that those moments will happen. You can buy the biggest house and still feel lonely inside it. You can own the fastest car and have nobody to celebrate with. You can have everything and still feel like something is missing. Maybe money was never meant to be happiness. Maybe it was only meant to remove some of the obstacles that keep us from finding it. So, does money really buy happiness? Maybe. Just not all of it. Money can buy comfort, freedom, security, opportunities, and sometimes those are exactly the things that make happiness easier to find. But it can't buy love, friendship, meaning, or memories that last a lifetime. I don't think there's a single answer, because happiness means something different to everyone. For some, money is the difference between surviving and finally living without fear. For others, it's simply a tool that makes life a little easier. So perhaps the better question was never, does money buy happiness? Maybe it was, what does happiness mean to you?